Samaba. Na Sawachi. Honkoya. Natrasa Samaba. Na Sawachi. Honkoya. Natrasa Samaba.
I am more of fire Sanimani Adi, Bobiati. Obano one year, can't obey you to Snowaka. Now this government, the Yakula.
Sauti Konkoya.
Nature say, oh fire.
Aneno, Sasafu no Kokwa. And you want to any Asafu me yanko, ye yanko. Nature say Nibraba. Nature say Butaya si Asafu and Nishon say, Wabro Mokokono, Womukodi Kunim. Eti no mo frefre dom asafu me yanko ye yanko ni brabo my Ghana se yantena se na yanya hweye na yangyina brane wokro yakwan so na yansore ama ye homene so a yete wa na mfufu adane ye kwaye yete wa na mfufu adane ye kwaye ena maban we na mamu troka na mamu tantan amamu ade achiwade abusude eba mamu yete wana nyame bufu hye wa baye so awie ye ebo dada yi anase nansan awie ye ebo kakra mpo no ene ehunu ho ano na nyame bufu hye beba oman yi so all because ya tena ho ma enkofuo bi selfish interest sika bi omo pese ebedi omo botom nti ya makwan ma ade ye nyina ya tum se eye chiwade e ba so edi enti na make asa me say ye boy ye homusuo to abama MPP political party for 2024 battle yi mu a gay ni lesbianism nsem no mo de baba edi enti na make asa edi enti na besi ne Dr. Mahmoud Baumia were vice president ye presidential candidate Emma MPP amanyoko besi ne wabra ye si campaign mu wabra wo ye na adwen se wo pesu ogina wabra wo ye na adwen se Ghana fon to abama no so no be mampanyi besi ne won fa na no say enka bibi mfa gay any lesbianism sensemi ho won fa na won mo ho wa won si ni gina ye wo ho ti said ye President Mahama besi gina ye se won ye wo Assemblies of God nipa kwa so wo Assemblies of God ene ne sombo abura na won pere so ne wo eye chiwade enya de obegya tum ne enyi ntum tina Baumia wo ye presidential candidate MPP amanyoko entimi mbesi se agina ye no eti se nanado danko akufuado ekogina Anglican aso dem ka se enye na pension na besi na the same nanado ese na hoode akai wo de bepia Baumia tiko ama Baumia be ye president na wo se wo ti ase se senye na pension na gay nsem ye beji atuma ene ye Baumia pension ye beji atum enti na Baumia nkasa ye yes na Ghana form ya na monsifu e wo mrase bedwafie 275 o message na ye wo Ghana for dimu na ne mampanyi dia beto abonten se enam se nkofu kuma bi ama asem no so e de court nti ye ntwan ye ndi asem no nwie ansa na waye de wo betima ye na sabra de wotimi fa ne nsan sekrata na se na wo sabra watwra sa asem no so na finance ministry so akuruche krata tintin e kire sika bia ebetima hwe o man Ghana say ye tu anamo na say president ni tu anamo e de nsa hye krata na se gimra ni tuma meba so bedansa na no menyanka ka ye ho nia Apostle Eric Nyamiche a wo ye chairman Emma Church of Pentecost akacha ban bia why na adwen say ebenam no so na oba ni oba ware wo Ghana ebenam no so na bema ni bema ware wo man Ghana ebenam no so na bema ni dua bi akoda ebenam no so na oba bi eni aboa bi akoda tie asema wo kan ye efa de omo be ye sa ban no tie we
it will now go into caucus and decide what to do because lawyer Akotampao has laid some has made us know their roadmap. They are going to the radio stations and then they'll be organizing some street march and all that. You see, if we get to the street and our numbers come out and you see us and you can still pass this something against this bill, then you have done well. But we are going to cause our people to come on the street and we are going to warn any government that if you vote against this bill, we will vote you out. And that is it. There's no room for neutrality. No, it's not political. It is not political. Ghana is not, what I'm saying is not political. It's about the future of the nation. Anyone who wants to destroy this nation, we will not allow you to rule us. That is it. We are not speaking for NDC, MPP. No, we are speaking as a church. Let me tell you this. The church is the most powerful institution on earth. Not parliament, not politics. Look at how politics have divided us. Today you see your friend who is an ever, and you can talk to him, especially around the political year. I mean, what is this? We have to take the values and principles of God on the street. It is this thing that we are losing. That is why we are seeing this nation the way we are seeing. So we want all Christians to arise so that we go out there and stand for the values and principles of the kingdom of God. That is the only way that will bring the
and your politics na divide the apostle. A MPP for na be divide your man. Your politics. MPP are buying in Sanwa Juma and I bet your man. Yes, simple and short. Your politics. Assembly the other one can pay now call baby. But assembly made you one advances when they say Apostle Eric Nyamicha were chairman. Emma Church of Pentecost. Say a baby of a man who crying. Na gay 17 lesbianism sem abedi tintime abedi hini e wo my Ghana no wo meso atiamo omo mo odom so no so you powerful sorry no you powerful omo bo wa amanfo bedi o machi eti wo abama ho kwan ma sade we aban bi abama ho kwan ma sade we asi no wo mbama o mo ho so ntie ne Apostle Eric Nyameche over to you the president aka and afei so the finance ministry eche wankasa wani tua de mrase badwafie eyeye efa mra ne ho o magye mra na tum abeda ba beda mampanye anim ansa kra ne mra ne ba beda nanim no wa ba bonte abeka se enam se nkofo tabiri asem ne kokko tinti yentwentwen ye na ase ansa no de ne nsa ahase finance ministry su ka se sika bi ebetima boye nti ma president emfa ne nsa enhye krata na ase ba yense ntie Apostle Eric Nyameche bio ana wo ka se owo and it does will be Waban Wemu MPP Nanado Baumia Bayimu. Say, what an ensabese krata say, Wabra, and Brana Bedananim. See, a bony and nidia om the mouth, Mr. President. She Gidia Bia, Omu, Mr. President. Na fene, Sabesho Menikosia. Na Samia, work cruce, and Yagu krata aswa, and na Eugene and the Batuni page one. Sankacha soft one. Ye way.
Yamini Dana is parliament. Kofa Yashada Atuaba a you won't so when I am. What you mean, Abubu, we want the Abedu baby away. Yamini Dana. It is a bit of some of the Berko courts inside. I drew court to her, we see what will happen. But if it's at the end of the day, Yami Bako Amagana. Yes, I said parliament, the parliament, the atom. And ready a version when you young one and so.
There is of what debates, it looks as if they encounter a lot of concerns. When we believe when they say economically or mind you bebre, financial support, aid, assistance, World Bank, IMF, any other countries, one more beshas apply sanctions to us. So man pay then inside a shas area. Or mind you do not be a beyehinfa.
Yeah, America cries, I know my fino. And yet almost states in no magic. In Kansas, almost to me, a ban on Beshay and say, 1 year, Bayo say, think I buy H.P.A. in answer, and can you make rubber than any other show? My 80 sanctions in the sun of my, and I feel, and they years, yeah, what I will catch a Nipa, essay, and one year economy, and our dream. A very bad yama by a very say, no. But if it's a parliament, I can't do it. Well, let's keep our fingers crossed. When we get to the bridge, we'll cross it.
What will be the major line of action? Because the civil society organization groups, Aka Edia Tuja said they will go and persuade the president. I'm ready to say, emanin faninsa and shasia. Omampanyin so ansan ya na chese nyemra kra adwuma parliamentary nyida no na ankwanko wie peye
mom de me person me preempt be bia I did not go draw omampanyin Me imagine here me so obesan you know. The air cross be no me feel say that's my high baby. Almost mudi and almost a plan almost befa. It is civil society almost at the casa again. It's a baby baby. Into no almost threat in the into me decision to be maybe one penny rather becano obey idea to me.
When Nigeria omo mampanyin anado mu o. We Apostle Eric Nyamiche. One chairman Emma a Church of Pentecost. But I know it cares me for a didn't come out morning show so. When Nigeria what dying a decent or move a womu. So when himself would on Sabbath Crata and I say, woman himself by yet was Andre Hana Borofone Bomono. Say, someone the such a crata and I say, Namoji Mray Tuma, Musika be Babono. Was this ye Yami Bekan and Yammer. Na Qatar ne United Arab Emirates krampa wo mo da asase prada dam so kra no say tiwade wo mo gintu eso so mo bo mo bra eso so mo man no etum pom from so what is our problem? Ghana na wo go timba koko bibia bi no na yen Yesu se sika bi ba boye Ghana na no ne mampanyi beka se de yabro atra asresre soro na yen Yesu se sika bi be boye Mede John Mahama bebem, but answer Mede John Mahama bebem no. Memo tie His Excellency John Mahama. One also your presidential candidate. Emma NDC amanyokuo. One also pese Ghana for two abamano. Was he jinaye was asem you. Baumiensi jinaye. Baumia gradye. Gay 7 1 more who wa pain. Me baso. But answer no finance ministry. Womo krata no mo tren nra no brofo beberebe no. Baby ehie wase ensunsuanso a emmera no se yagituma ebenya wo man Ghana so ne die di kan the expected $300 million financing from the first Ghana Resilient Recovery Development Policy Operation budget support no which is currently pending parliamentary approval might and yes will was it might not be disbursed by the bank when it is approved by Parliament. Might Yesusu say sika no yenya Yesusu say and as sika no one sha yenya 300 million financing free a year first Ghana Resilient Recovery Development Operation a year budget support sika bi a ye benya e de ba beboa ya kohuma bo sika no wo se ye jimra ni tuma one sha yensanka sika no de di kan no Yatosum ongoing negotiations on the second Ghana Resilient Recovery Development Policy Operation budget support amounting to $300 million may be suspended. And yes, it will be suspended. Was say may be suspended. Omudi omadrin na ebuo. And yes, omati bibi and omujina so ediabekasa for a fact say we ne besi. But omudi omadrin na ebu say ye jimra ni tum se mampanyi de ne nsa chase Sesika we beboye. The atoso miensa. Ongoing negotiations for $250 million to support the Ghana Financial Stability Fund. Stability Fund yi mampanyi doma amamu ne jade to ho. Eti wase and tutuanu bi ekoso any negotiations bi ekoso a wo mo behwe no metimanya sika $250 million. Edi akogu Ghana Financial Stability Fund dem no. Say ye jimra ni tuma one sha womo betwa sensan. Number 4, disbursement of undisbursed amount totaling $2.1 billion for an ongoing projects will be suspended. Sikabi a ye hwe ni mu se beba ye $2.1 billion a year billion dollars a ye de be ye enyuma hodo na se mpuntu nyuma hodo a wo ma sha se de o monsa ka ene no agyegira baabi no se ye gimra ne tuma de finance ministry kanu se ye gimra ne tuma sa $2.1 billion no one sha ebeboye enye se ebeboye wo se one sha ebeboye de tosunum preparation of pipeline projects and declaration of effectiveness for 2 projects totaling $900 million may be suspended. And on the full details, we say Appendix 1 and 2. In total, was all canning in our bomber. Sika betwasho my Ghana and yes, yeje emrani tuma. Ghana is likely, not Ghana will. Ghana is likely to lose 3.8 billion US dollars in World Bank financing over the next 5 to 6 years. For 2024, Ghana will lose 600 million US dollars budget support and 250 million US dollars for financial stability fund. This will negatively impact on Ghana's foreign exchange reserves and exchange rate stability, as these inflows are expected to short the country's reserve position. Yesidi aye hata dada. Yesidi aye mre dada. Eti asema wuke emfa kwemu. Ye di waka wo say ye je mra ni tuma. Oman Ghana betima hwere sika 3.8 billion US dollars. Enu no free World Bank ho. Na no ye mwa bi a omode maye said the bay omode be so yasene. Na we ye mwa na komo person omode maye ye bedi hu de between 5 to 6 years. Eti between 5 to 6 years no. Sa sika ibe boyen. Eno se afi we nkwa 2024 yi. Oman Ghana be hwere sika 600 million US dollars budget support. And a 250 million US dollars. And no nan komode kwa koto foto a ya to ni din financial stability fund. Na wose wey ebetiba ha Oman Ghana yesika sem titiriu yesidi na ho oden fi se yenya sika bi emfa nkoto yesika kora bia eda amanone no na ya ne yetagina so ede hwe masidi no enya ho oden bi we ni de finance ministry no egina so a wode kase memma mampanyi na nado danko akufuado emfa ne nsa enhye krata na se. Now yehwe impact IMF de no brame impact in the IMF program. Ade ba ko amepesa wodi tu tirim ene se ebra ye ne IMF fo esi apam no yantwere wo baabi ada won krata animu wano kasa ye kan ye yanka wo baabi ada yantwere wo baabi ada se moji gege mra bitum moji emra bi a ejinatia gege ene lesbianism sama ye IMF ye moamo o man ka wo baabi ada eni krata bia mu wo baabi a. Now so finance ministry say while there is no direct conditionality in the IMF ECF program relating to the passage of the bill, the principles of the current IMF ECF program are built on predictable financing from development partners, financing assurances, including the World Bank funded Ghana Resilience Recovery Development Policy operations. Hence, the non-disbursement of the budget support from the World Bank would derail the IMF program. This will in turn trigger a market reaction which will affect stability of the exchange rate. Brofu tintinti wuwe your partner and say e wo mu say IMF antwe anka wo baabi ada say yeji emra etia gege ni lesbianism sem na wo mo mfa mo bia maye na ebom wo mo mu ana wo mo de maye no ejina emwa esanso free World Bank a wo de sika etimi de maye e de so yasene ejina saa no ma no so eti se World Bank no eye na adwen se sika ya wo peso de maye a ye pese ye gina so e ma sidi ni nya ahoden wo ye na adwen se wo se wo mfa maye ya ebeba ba ya kwansidie ama IMF fi se eno no beba bedan na di se Ghana ni buafo bia wo baabi eti enam sa no ebema ye sidi no aye hata asem o kan no ana imam boa manchas ye say ya no yo kan no. And you see and some of makuru chegu krata nim nyina no akoye ya dwen ene yeribu enye se omugina asem bi so ene omode kasa enye se omugina adansedie bi so ene omode kasa eyo madwen ene omodibu yesusu se ye passe mra na we ne besi yesusu se ye passe mra na sika we ene ye behwere enye se IMF ana World Bank akoka wo ba bia se sa bere ya moji mra ya tumi sika we bebomo omo kan. But finance ministry no ene de na adwen ebu se yeji mra ne tum se mampanyi ade ne nsa sekrata na se na yeji mra ne tuma esusu aso we ne beba I think impact on African Development Bank programs. And also, was it the African Development Bank has indicated that the passage of the bill will not have any adverse impact on the cooperation with Ghana. It's more how say African Development Bank say Samoje Mrani Tuma enko nyansusu aso boni bia ewa yonkofa eda woni Ghana ntem. Eti adenti na wei eka nyinaso ni bia mode tuma mpanye anim se no nti ma wonfa ne nsan sekrata na se enje Mrani ntum. Afa yenhwe enoma omususu ache President Akufo-Addo recommendation was it we recommend a structured engagement with local conservative forces such as religious bodies and faith-based organizations to communicate the economic implications of the passage of the anti-LGBTQ bill and to build strong coalition and framework for supporting key development initiatives that are likely to be affected. Was it the omoche mampanyisa was what you say one esum kwoni ahodo ni nyina o message na say saade we ye chiwade nti yen fa ho mrama no wose woni wo nyina nhia na won kire mo ensunsuanso a ebenya wo yesikasem ho ye toso bi wose an effective engagement with conservative countries including Arab countries and China. This could help trigger resources to fill in potential financing gaps to be created. I feel so kai nsem ni ya ho e ho na ntiase no e ya adwuma ye wose was abre ya almost less mampanyin twintwan ne nase no se eba se eye asomko yi engine tuma e ho so behia se ye ne amama ahodo a omuso asi gina ye kentene e de atia gege ne lesbianism sensemi e be hia ne ani omadi nkomo wo kwan a omuso befa so etima boa ye was abre ya ye de yensa e kwosha ade we yase ana de atwa to say His Excellency the President may have to defer assenting the bill until the court rules on the legal issues tabled by key national stakeholders. Hano and asem no wono. Was enti nia ya kan nyina no, nia ehwe se mampanyi bayan se won twintwan ne nase kopem se asem ya yatabri kokoti eye atemuofo no ebedi awie ansa na yetimi aba asem no so. Enra mampanyi so de nanu December 2 dwa. Now, the other battle in conclusion, Yamra conclusion was in conclusion upon the thorough review of the relevant constitutional and legislative frameworks, specifically Article 108 of the Constitution and Section 100 of the Public Financial Management Act 2016 at 921. It is evident that the bills introduced as private members' bill by the Honorable Member of Parliament for Medina constituency and Obubo Omunyina. These bills include these bills which abolish the statute. Okay, wait, asemfo for no. But me ba baby ano kasafa emreya ye dia betu nanim say ye ginetia gay any lesbianism. Now do this some now born tougher myself tougher body and to so. Was say I am aware that last week's bipartisan passage by Parliament of the Proper Human Sexual Rights and Ghanaian Family Values Bill on private members' motion has raised considerable anxieties in certain quarters of the diplomatic community and among some friends of Ghana that she may be turning her back on her hitherto enviable long-standing record on human rights observance and attachment to the rule of law. I want to assure you that no such backsliding will be contemplated or occasioned. I think it will serve little purpose to go at this stage into the details of the origin of the proposed law, which is yet to reach my desk. But suffice it to say that I have learned that today a challenge has been mounted at the Supreme Court by a concerned citizen to the constitutionality of the proposed legislation. In the circumstances, it will be as well for all of us to hold our hands and await the decision of the court before any action is taken. The operation of the institutions of the Ghanaian state will determine the future trajectory of the rule of law and human rights compliance in our country. Where President Akufo-Addo, your can say, yen train na yen ya asem no e wa asem ni bia. Na mama wodo bia wodwen say, o my Ghana say de o madane o machi e de ahwe omo. Wono ma e fa nipa fa hodie no. Mo hunu ne sa. Na mra yi kra ye kan wasem a ye twe ho tan. Enya meto ni table so. Anase enya meto ne pono so. Eti obi anya abotre. Ni ensi abotre ni entwen. Kopem say court no be di asem no awie. Ye di asem no wie a ene ye behunu de beye. Remember say bra woni Kamala Harris Asia ye no. Wo ka asem bi na no metwe madwin si so. Bra woni US Vice President Kamala Harris Asia ye no. President Akufo-Addo ka asem was say wo mu bo mra no ho e wo mrahye bedwafie. No mu wie a ebeba beto yanim. Ebeto yanim a ene yanim de beye. Eno ne ya sase a ye hunu ya na. President John Dramani Mahama ye kane mampanyi. Wasanso pebio se Ghana for beto amano se womra se eye Ghana mampanyi. Ni gina ya wosi ye e was a gay any lesbianism semni. Aba umienti binsi bi no eni ye hwade we.
Me duty in my faith is against LGBTQ. Me Assemblies of God me. If we say the faith I have, Empany say Bema, Bewari Bema, Oba, Bewari Oba. Bill a war parliament, Omunyam passing, but say, Abai actress says, Omu Passia, President on sign. If we say, the Attorney General, like can say, Bibia, private members' motion. Ubetimia pass a bill with a private members' motion, but Enisa Edekabia Ebeto Abanso. And based on that technicality, President Asegna said, Seba on signing. In terms of the idea between Parliament and the executive, Omoshe na Omokan, Ebia Sombeshe bill Numa, Nomashe Bibia, it puts a charge on government, na Omoye Nuifriwa. Then it opens the way for the President to be happy to sign the agreement. And so, me personally, Benjin this, and a man is a man, a woman is a woman. Me believe it say nipa what me sorry I say me feeli wo me muse me yoba. And so yeah wo me be mind to me cause no my yoba. They I mean nature created us man and woman. And Nyame boy you know, he knew what he was doing when he created us like that. And so if you ask me, my personal faith is against it.
Oh. Senate President Mahama when you do umba be yo. Uti asem na. Wase emra no sabre no mu guso mu bobo ho e o mrahye bedwafie. Ebra o kan asem we. No mu guso mu bobo ho. Wase wate se mampanyi akasa afa Attorney General mu. Sa kwaye private members bill there. Won be use technicalities. Ejina sa de no so akasa emra no ye nya mfa yen san hase. And remember when President Akufo-Addo met Kamala Harris at the Jubilee House, he made it quite clear. Also remember that when President Akufo-Addo met Al Jazeera, I know we any interview no. Was say Oshu Boku Bian sorry ye a man a woman so and ye say Yanji Sadian in tomb ain't Sadiano Ghana Edasu was surgeon and Ban say a bar. And I said, was it Sadiano a bit but it is bound to happen. I said President Akufo-Addo e ka asasem no ade ba ko so me pese woni tu wutrim ene omo a omatabri asem no e de court ene omo ankasa nu mo asem ni bi mami ya ye friend of Professor 31 manu was say wa bro omo tabri asem na court no ene omo gina ene omo si no they have the full blessings of the president mami quote na asem no say be ya onko gina ba bi nka say mami quote no. Now, the story now was say a fellow with CDD Ghana, Professor Techiwa Menu, has disclosed President Nana Akufo-Addo has given his blessing to the advocacy against the approval of pending private members' bill in Parliament that seeks to criminalize LGBTQ plus activities, including advocating for their human rights to be protected. Now, we'll say Professor Menu reviewed this while addressing the media in Kumasi, while reviewing the proposed family value and proper sexual orientation bill. No one said Jeffon the Edin Komo, it will Kumasi no Kasa way. Prof, who tell me, I may show so bekai. Say what Kasa say, Mampenny or Mampenny Shra was I Jana Mercy, and Etia and Brana Etia, Beman na, or Bani or Ba Enna, Bema or Pessoa Yen who Ba, Bem or Ba or Pessoa Yen who Bema. Musi Mercy Jana Kintina, Sajana Kintina Mercy, and Etia Sambrana Ebano, Mampenny Shaso. So Ganani, Sena Woshemia. What's here, President John Mahama? Was say Mampenny and Fanensa and Secreta Nase, and he drew on. Our Mujina technicality so, and then Susan Swabba Bonnet, Ababoye, and a Sikabi Baboye, and as some war as a Nibia at the young Kane. And you see, also connected with the fact that Bessine, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, President the Kufado say, now what the Kanyina, what the year Juma, Amanaba Bemno, Bessine, just like John Mahama has done, or Marbontain, and Mekasamfa, gay, ni lesbianism, and Bray Wansam, and in Nigeria, and was Sadian, where Muslim in so. I use in Cremosumo, Sadian, you met you 1 year decay. Sadian, you met you 1 year decay. A top dance I know about saw them. Was saw them on so Sadian see ye 2 1 year decay. It is a say about me, and he found a Wujina. Well, yes, I'll cook a free one swat. And also, Obekaya, where you're soon Yadi Yomu or my Ghana Hano. Quadrobe, Siana Yadi near tie, a tree, a Yadia Yang Yintum, Wagana, di Yomu. It's even about me at the befa. So everything has been orchestrated. Ya said that she said no man in such a way, say, one Rasha Bedja Fiono. Ubenya Junibi say, oh, Rasha Bedja Fono Crampa, and one MPP Afano, Omu Crampa Giatum. Eti ubu says I dream about that. Sadabaya, ye betu about momo. But that is not it. Sharp and your marking said the nana, what bay ya quincy do baby nasa, what bay ya quincy ama and namwa ye to Sadabaya, ye best amrano. Fenu to trim, Menosun can be being slow. Nasha Mampenny, Ninsemia warming muscle. Say nunti, one fan and sa, another one preno, and fan and sa, and secretana say. Now, if what dreams sounds to see. Their finance ministry in Suka. Next, I think so shall my Ghana. Any no my one nebusa won't say. Same posse can be put a baboya. Or may I yes ye beyond aid and a yes. Or may I yes ye hear mine, that yes come mine and yes. How is that possible? Mammy Mountain Ghana for be a buffet buyer, and ye need bread so catch it. Mampenina nado muchen and Nicosia. Catch a Mampenina nado say. One fun and sunset crater as in them. Said by you, Benjamin Merabia, a bit yes, I suban tantino.
In Ghana, we all know our stance. It's only a fraction of people who are against this. And I think it's good that they've passed it. Yeah.
Now, would you like the president to actually assent it into law as soon as possible?
Yeah, that's good. It should be as soon as possible. Yeah, it shouldn't waste time at all.
Oh, Charlie, me, the bill, once you know they infringe upon the rights of anyone, it's okay. But if it's a bill that will infringe on the rights of the citizens or the citizens in the country, then the people who they do the LGBTQ thing, then I'm not in support of it. But if it no go affect them, then fine, why not?
If I wait for the president, make his sign them into law. You want make his sign them into law?
If for said say that thing is good or no good before it good or no good. So say if it go affect in citizens, then it what? It go no blame the president. So make it to review more before it go assent the bill into law.
For that bill, I'm very happy it is being passed because it is been a long awaiting bill that we Ghanaians are waiting that it should be passed. Because our culture and our norms, we need to follow what our forefathers taught us and what is in the Bible. Biblically, it is good that this bill has been passed.
So, the president is here to assent the bill into law. When do you want it to happen? Do you want it now, or you think the president should have some time to actually digest the bill properly before he assents it?
This thing, it has been started for long. So for now, the president has made up his mind. So I believe it should be passed now. He should do it right now.
Okay, so I think it's a good thing, because I can't see any of my fellow ladies doing stuff like that. So it's good that they've actually passed a law to actually penalize those who are found doing that. Yeah, so that's my view.
Yes, Nesfa. Omunko forever. Because you want to know because in Kolana Mobano. About to say, Samuel Crocqua, over second one with different pa. What make us so Barbara also share, or Banya de Bema de. Nanipaka side said, and a boy Yansen. Kamu kwa damu da dia mu di bana pa pa e chioma 3 years na so omunye forever so no so ba ana obi ono ba ku no wa bonto be so nya se ei me de ba ku koy wamba mismi ya emboa 3 years no ba obesa ya bio obesa ya bio eti se wi a wa
awofo no mo nsuru mu etwa wo mo na e kasa no so awo ne baba wawo ne babema na wako suku wahwe ni wo suku wanya aboni krata na adwuma bi eni wonti pani bi a wo sika atwene bridi ada no e di sika ada no se mame mfa me nsa wo wase na wanya sika mame mfa me be man nsa wo to ansa na mama o sika bi oni akoso. So what is it that about edie na ekoso wo mamu aban we pese wo protect ya enunti what in nase because enyina so we enyina no entra asumu sankrata we every finance ministry and nsema president Akufo-Addo ka say asem ye di wo court na montwam ye ndi nwie anzana yaye bibia fa ni nyina entra asumu because abakwasem wo man Ghana a kire say emre bi baye Ghana fo nyina sore ye e ka say momoto no ye mpe e ma Ghana fo bi e di asem ne kwa asem bia wa bra ye di sa asem no mampanyi dimirika gitumu se momoto no yemfa momoto mra nsusu ye no yanya ne mra na fei ye menya tuo bia ye betima je Africa Ghana fo e ba tuo dia e ba tuo akese a ye menya sika Africa hu dia ene ye dimirika be tuo akese a ye menya sika e dia Africa hu dia ye dimirika badade e fa enipa apomodin ho enipa nkwa ho oman ni sebra ho de enye wahia de ade a wankasa de wano akopɛ mu aka ehwai e wa so den wonyame anim ene eye Ghana fo anim se wo wa pensuensi no de we awo ye se de wusi ya ho and you see President John Van Mills no a president say wow me question is say sa bre no so na sa moamoa yi a efri eye amanonefo hoyi na wo ho ba ni nyina achi no the President Mills ekaye was sabre na watch Ghana gina ye e gay and lesbianism sensem no hwade we mame.
No one can deny Prime Minister Cameron his right to make policies, take initiatives, or make statements that reflect his societal norms and ideals. But he does not have the right to direct other sovereign nations as to what they should do, especially where their societal norms and ideals are different from those which exist in Prime Minister Karam's society. I, as president of this nation, will never initiate or support any attempts to legalize homosexuality in Ghana. As a government, we will abide by the principles enshrined in our constitution, which constitution is supreme. Let me also say that whilst we acknowledge all the financial assistance and all the aid which has been given to us by our development partners, we will not accept any aid with strings attached if that aid will not inure to our interest, or the implementation or the utilization of that aid with strings attached would rather worsen our plight as a nation or destroy the very society that we want to use the money to improve.
Abusia, the late President John Evans Atta Mills and attaining Kano. Was say yen muabia and conson bi so. Yen muabia a beti widi musu sembisa abaye memu. Sanunti and a modern mo abekwa mo fan ko. Can the pain and tosabe. Eti die ne si mampanyi na nado dankwa Ghana beyond aid kwan. E die ne si ni kwan se wontimi nkasasa. This is the same president I will vilify no. E kika nsem fa no so a Professor do little. Na wa we do more no mpo no. Hwe hu abo. I wontimi nkasa. Yankwa ahoma no so. Mama Gloria Jifa Ashinyo, a media coordinator for President John Dramani Mahama office. Yankwa ahoma no so na yenene ni nkomo. Mama Jifa Ashinyo ye mo ache mo akwaba.
Ye ro Kwame mo hoto san.
Nyame na daruma ye ho ya. Just ani bere na aba.
Ye woni watiefo. Eni den de aba. Yo, alope.
Na de ati huni o. Se de mampanyi na nado dankwa kufu ado de abetu dwa se emre yi a etia eye gay ne lesbianism sem no yen twɛn hie ndi asem what menka
meto wonko Kwame abrabo mu nsɛm dɔso no kra mentia wo ne watiefo nyina ne wahwɛfo Ghana fo anɔpɛ die eye paase suban ni nyina de die na mensempo ye kakra bi passion person bisa finance ministry say anye bia IMF for the krata bia brewom say the bailout na omo de be mayen no yanje LGBTQ eyi na ye gitumu a omo mayen ade na omo di eka ehunehuna yen because omo ba mu no stability fund na ka ho asem no yewura o mampani papa bi John Dramani Mahama eja $300 million na almost say enunti ebia se na do danko ekufu ado o mampani e de nsa hye gay krata na se e ma ne be ye mra o mo mfa maye no yewura John Dramani Mahama di say tikani jawo e was stability fund no $300 million e wan wo wedi sinking fund oja $200 million. I was sinking fund Musafika no ewan. Was saying Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund oja $270 million. Ewom ansa na walk or says he coming in a ansumudia na $300 million into kuku Ghana nyina sa kwa kotonwa amanone fu Kwame Nkrumah abomodia di ni nyansa ni onyankopon ni media ode ama na gye free sankwa no nkwasum no mu no na nadu danko ekufu ado ene na ban epese wo mo de yansanko ko hye sankwasum yi mu abrofo nso ka hwe krata bia nsama no ne maaye wo mo ka se mo ya ye behwo wanye ni ya ye betua wo se bia kakaduro abrofo ne nka sa na de no wo mo dwen ama wo ade na ye busua o ebe busua no mu the LGBTQ+ II no e wona na do dankwa JB dankwa busua mu eno ntina CDD fo no nya boldness ebe ka se o mampeni ta wo mochi eno nti wo mo fe bomodien so mo be ko tiasa bill ya o mampeni entimi mane meye mrada na o mampeni we free so ai enu na bawumia ontimi nye bold emeka se wo wase na wo waso because na do dan question boss e wo be no ama na be ye president e dan se bo kura obeba be ye president into no so nim commitment a won na do dan kwa Akufo-Addo aye in the gay community e wo Europe ti ka do do wo mo agye di na do dan kwa sika bia nso ne di o cheti Akufo ya na ye John Dramani Mahama de ja no wadidi nyina manasa ena kakra yi a ko na nti no wo be kuku Ghana ni mo nyam nyina e de akwa akɔhyɛ wo mase eno na me bisa sɛ abrofo nso so wo nso be tere so so wo be ware mienu ana wo mo ho aware mienu ye wo mo tiwade adɛn na nado danko akufu ado wontimi gyina Ghana mamre so na wonhwɛ wo mo a wo mo bɛsen kɔɔyɛ no sɛ de wo mo yɛ no na wo nso wontimi nyɛ no sa ade wo yi nko a wontimi nyɛ me mfa mo Uganda ye, Mauritania ye, Senegal ye, Sierra Leone ye, Nigeria ye, Sudan ye, Somalia ye, Kenya, Tanzania, Zimbabwe, Zambia. Woman na ye, and the woman I'm bubu di, and the woman free map no so. Ya sister come kumomu na mama say budget support, and I know ye were gonna have 2016. You got Omampeni Papa B, Uren Munyam from John Dramani Mahama, Echo Parliament or Kai budget here. One the support the entry Empo Bank of Ghana. And you the entry Bank of Ghana, Ghana, Yankasa, so 2016 will buy ye, Sikadubua will bet G Ghana, so COVID the bois pa. What this is, he came in the only hot year. And then ukukuru Ghana kwa koton was your foreign reserve. Foreign reserve no de na wo ho betu ye gold a good foreign reserve. What to me maybe at the foreign reserve na ma say abotire ho no Ghana ni sika bia wa manoni bio. We di ni na sika be na da so. Enti okase saadie we e na be ye na consider de obo onya brother to ne kasa dena LGBTQ for a woman don't know a woman born Yamokrama no a man saying if you dear Cassia so BBC so I didn't being crab batching young cramano. 1 year so what the IMS is can almost be mine or ever dead. I'm fine. So when you're the tax at 2 years, so I yet here. And the tax I hold on a yet here. And yes, like you say, the big my foreca. America create kawo ni mo obe sorry ye free e betimi tia ye juma ye fa akosi samre na ka boso mi sia na wo ko aden na opefu di konson so ye kon e twien e de kosem kwatum mu ilazi one train ama Supreme Court e mwa case na nyiye e na wo sign asie aden na we di opefu ye train na Supreme Court to sign asie ansana wo awie o mu case na ansana wasa asie Ghana nyam one more man dear Nana. It is a say dear and because I would a peace council crampa. Was one engine I BSC was 7 years. Yanya da Ghana for Kwame Mr. Wada me patrol medium. Peace council dear only Ghana view. We don't have anything called peace council because I was to West walk on breast wash show woman and you woman knew how woman knew. Onyaminipa Eric. That's right. Also, not someone or kind, and none of the person may kind walk at Brakwami. Say, was see, you never think or Astra, you can see a whole up to your whole good mountain. So, I demonstration to drink a brana. You were John Dramani Mahama Wab, you know, Black Friday. You never the free command a paga. Everything, Zim. It's a flow. Everything kosi doma hinkro be sent to makoko near the way gare no tie after so bunyankopon and the book was see to no after gu wo omoye abufuo maso ye so penny erekinyamete eya adwense e dance boa ene na die ebesino no na Ghana ye ni oman bia asibio na senana do danko jinse JB down kwa bano Fedine Trene Hoa Manone na enu sa professor one for a man Ghana a man na omoni mo about time for na omuni Ghana mamre ho esa omo sia nwuma na mu abi ni sika fun bia omo agi a omo di no mi sika bia omo agi a omo di nti ene court ti se court na ye dia justice for na gu ho no ye na de omo ko gu ho dia onya and obu nipa nenkwa ele wuye if me say no Ghana mpenifo omo wo ho no wo ma di nyame ho fe wate nyame nye hwe That the Yamia Manato will see Diamano, will see Hano, Hanning Amibe share, dear Hano Bebompa, Hanning Amibe face, one yet into a person, Yami Muchi from the The Bible says in Galatians 6:7 says, not die, it is on Yankopon Yensina Chichi, Nipa Guno, and no one a watcher.
That's right.
It is a dear also a young dream, saying Yamibi, and a bookie Ghana for a quiet more basic nam and saying now attitude to Ghana, that's who you more. The Shiny Nessica Phobia, a cod G, and no music a day, a cod G, a D, and I sell Mubonti. Ya pesi ya choma muni nyina koso hawo ya ene o wan ba chi o mumum e dia kwa kose ha o hawo no mu
very well me do say mama jifa shinyo ene obra wanya ma na do pay wo Dwaboase wo power 97.9 mrepem no ye be sa ba nche na ya to ankomo no so Gloria jifa shinyo a media coordinator or the office of President John Dramani Mahama hani ya die Tonton Sansan no beto ana me fa Mills nyamu bio yes antie President Mills Santo,
no one can deny Prime Minister Cameron his right to make policies, take initiatives, or make statements that reflect his societal norms and ideals. But he does not have the right to direct other sovereign nations as to what they should do, especially where their societal norms and ideals are different from those which exist in Prime Minister Cameron's society. I, as president of this nation, will never initiate or support any attempts to legalize homosexuality in Ghana. As a government, we will abide by the principles enshrined in our constitution, which constitution is supreme. Let me also say that whilst we acknowledge all the financial assistance and all the aid which has been given to us by our development partners, we will not accept any aid with strings attached if that aid will not inure to our interest, or the implementation or the utilization of that aid with strings attached would rather worsen our plight as a nation or destroy the very society that we want to use the money to improve.
Man, ya maya. Ayo, ya ni wom. Ya paso biaba Dwaboase na assembly wo ya mu oka na man ye. Kunsum. Yemfa mu mai. Motrobodo, yemfa mu mai. Mosempa.